there will be a short delay of flight.
Welcome to another edition of Coffee and Beats. I am your musical barista, Rock the Magnificent, and I'm here with another episode, just a little small mini episode. Just want to speak on this new album that is by an artist that I discovered via social media, and I was able to follow her on her music platforms, but her name is Salin. Now, I'm not going to attempt to say her last name, but you'll see it at the bottom of the screen. That is her full name, and she is a Bangkok-born, Montreal-based drummer. And the name of this new album is entitled Rammana. That's the best way that I could say it, because it's one of the song titles here. You know, it's one of the songs that they constantly repeat. You'll see as I get into the review. But Rammana is the debut, well, not the debut album, but the second studio album from Salin. Before I get into what this album is all about, let me play a snippet to give you an idea of what to expect from Salin.
The Uraklavoi, they are sea nomads, and you can find their tribe in Madagascar, in the Adan archipelago, all the way to Papua New Guinea. So my theory is that they bring the Rammana drums, or the African rhythm, from Africa to Thailand through the sea. That's why I picked the title Rammana as like a link between two cultures, and how two cultures can learn from each other and combine their cultures together.
All right, so there you have it. I'm just going to read a few things here just to give you guys a little background on what to expect. Now, her debut album was Cosmic Island, and this was more of a disco / R&B type of album, and it was very groove heavy, and it had some guest vocalists. But Rammana, she switched it up. She goes deep into rhythm. She draws lines between her Thai roots and West African sounds, and blending Morlam from Northeast Thailand with Afrobeat from Lagos. And it's not just about the vibes here. There's real history and theory behind it. Now, let's talk about the Rammana drum itself, shall we? Well, let's take a look. Most folks trace it back to China or Malaysia, but Salin thinks it may have come through Africa to Southeast Asia via Madagascar. She pulls from styles like Asin funk, jazz, and yes, those tight West African grooves. And what you get is this layered, almost trance-like sound experience that's both traditional and forward-thinking. Bottom line, Rammana isn't just an album, it's a cultural conversation through rhythm. And so now that you've got a little history of what direction this album is going, well, let's talk about it. Now, right off the top, you can tell this is a meditative album. It's got this calm energy about itself, and it kind of wraps around you as you listen to each track, starting off with the first track off the album, Ma'at, and if I'm saying that right. But it sets the tone beautifully. It's peaceful, but yet not sleepy. It's one of those tracks that make you breathe a little bit deeper without realizing it. As you go more into this project, you got the next song, Current, and it's got good vibes. It's very soothing, and it's got a nice groove to it. It's a reason why you're nodding your head to it really slow, because it has such a chill vibe to it. And then Painted Lady. Now, just a little history behind Painted Lady. I actually heard a snippet of this song on her Instagram page. Actually, that version that I heard on Instagram was a lot more upbeat. The drums were a little bit more faster on that video. Just to give you an example. So you see the example there. Now with this particular track here, she slows it down a little bit. She softens up the drums on this one. It's airy and it definitely stands out. It's, in my opinion, one of the best tracks off the album. It feels like something you would play during a slow morning, or you got coffee in your hand and you're just sitting there just really reflecting on what you're gonna do, or some of the ideas that you're gonna come up with for the rest of the day. And also I gotta show some love to the song Being Here, and also the title track Rammana, and both carry that same peaceful thread, but brings just enough to switch up, and it keeps us interested, especially with those repetitive tracks with Rammana, and you hear the drums constantly hitting. You see the textured layers of the drums, and you start to feel the rhythms here. It makes you feel like you're on a trip in Thailand, just enjoying all of the different sounds of music that you're not accustomed to hearing on a regular basis here in the US. Now, it had some flaws. Is a track that really didn't hit me as hard as all the other tracks on here. Just didn't stick the landing for me. In the end, Rammana is definitely worth your time. It's definitely worth your energy. It's one of those records to throw on when you need to reset, when you need to reflect or just chill out. And also it's one of those albums that if you have a group of friends over and it's like a real chill vibe, you pop that on, you have the antennas raising a little bit with some of your guests, kind of inquiring about what type of music this is, and you get a chance to explain and not take a deep dive like I just did, but just kind of explain, is one of those up and coming great artists that the world needs to know about. And I think she's an excellent drummer. She put together an excellent project, and I give this one 4 cups out of 5. 4 coffee mugs, fire coffee mugs out of 5. That's all I got. I think this is a very good project. I think you should listen to it too. And that will do it for this edition of Coffee and Beats. I am your musical barista, Rod the Magnificent. When it comes to coffee, when it comes to music, stay grounded for life. I will see you guys on the next episode. Peace.